I'm Zoe. Welcome to Touch by Zoe. Well, this week it's been New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you all had a good night. I had a few people round for the games night, pizza, a few drinks, that was good fun. And I thought about writing some New Year's resolutions. Don't normally do that. Don't know why I decided to do it this year. Maybe because I've had a milestone of a birthday. I'm not going to tell you what it was. You can guess if you like. Those of you that know it, don't write it in the comments. So yeah, I made some resolutions, but I'm going to call them more goals than resolutions, because I don't even really know what resolution, how that relates to the things people try and do. Actually, that's weird, isn't it? Resolutions. What does that actually mean? A resolution is to come to an end with, oh, I guess so. Does make sense. Does it? I don't know. Anyway, I'm filming today in my living room because it's hot. It's and stuffy, overcast, grey. It looks horrible out there, and you might hear the sound of the aircon. Yeah, but welcome to my living room. So yeah, I wrote down a list after a few drinks, and I'm going to share that with you now. So, join a gym, fall in love. That's not my list. Yeah, the weather's really stuffy today and messing a lot with my lungs. So it's been extra hard for me to breathe. But I'm doing the best I can. Right, so this is my list that I wrote down. I'm going to share it with you. This is exactly what I wrote in my phone, and then I'm going to go through it and make it a bit more clear. So I've got be less anxious, change to positive thought, worry less, get fat, eat more, draw more, do whatever I want, build channel. So I broke it up into little categories. So I think be less anxious, change to positive thought, and worry less translates to look after my mental health. Be less anxious. That's a tricky one, I think. For anyone that has anxiety, I do have a little bit of that, a lot of that, and it is something I'd like to improve on. Not sure how yet. I think just by maybe trying to stay a bit more calm, not jump to the worst conclusion when something's going on. I'm mostly a positive person, but I think everyone could improve on being more positive. And change to positive thought, I mean by self-talk, having positive self-talk. And this is about just general life things. I can often get a bit anxious and get a bit unpositive when I have to train new carers, or when I have a lot of stuff going on that I need to organise myself around. I have to do a lot of planning for my basic self-care because it takes up so much of my energy. So I think with my mental health, I want to just not worry about the small things that don't really matter and not worry about letting people down if I can't do something, and just basically do what I need to do to take care of myself, and not get stressed about that. I want to make it clear that my worries and anxieties aren't to do with my disability solely. There's a misconception that people with disabilities are wallowing in self-pity, and that's absolutely not the case at all. People with disabilities are living their lives like everybody else and going through the same problems and issues and joys and happiness and everything to do with mundane life. And when a person with a disability is feeling down or depressed, it's not because of their disability. I've had some experiences of when I was a bit younger, of when, being a kid and you might be upset, and I can remember one particular time when I think I'd got in trouble by my dad. I'd wanted to get him Macca's and he said no, and I got shits and started having a tantrum. I would have been about 5, and this woman said, well, it was a stranger, just said to me, well, you're the grumpiest, saddest person in a wheelchair I've ever seen. And I remember just thinking, like, what? Like, I think at 5, I didn't understand to the extent now, but like I think back on it now, and I feel, how dare you say that? Like, what's being in a wheelchair got to do with it in the first place? You didn't even know why I was upset. But it was because Dad wouldn't let me go to McDonald's, like, nothing to do with being in a wheelchair. And yeah, I just thought that was ridiculous. And there's been other times as well from people. Alright, so I'll move on to the get fat, eat more. I'll put this down to physical health. Take care of my physical health. I'm not unhealthy or sick. Again, it's a misconception that having a disability doesn't mean the person is sick, or that they're on medications, or they've got lots of health problems. So yeah, I'm not sick, but putting on a little bit of weight, do not weigh much, would help a lot of things for me. I get a bit sore in areas after a long day of sitting in one spot in my chair and not moving for 6 or 7 hours. So a little bit extra padding could help me there. And also to keep up vitamins and general things you need to make your body work. I remember a couple of years ago in the supermarket, a man, another complete stranger, approached me and actually touched me on the shoulder and said, "Oh my goodness, you're so thin. Have you been very unwell?" And I just sort of said, "No, I'm not unwell. I just don't eat much." And he basically ignored me and said, "Oh, I hope you get well soon. Everything's going to be okay. You'll be okay." And I'm like, "Can you bugger off, please?" Like, I'm not unwell, but I didn't say that. I was very polite and said, "Thank you very much. I'm doing fine." Do not go up to people with disabilities and just say things to them because you assume something. Yeah, don't do it. But yeah, the goal for me this year is to take better care of physical health. So the next few things: draw more, do whatever I want, build channel. I put these under goals. I definitely like to draw more this year. I've been missing it, and I want to get back into doing that. Got a few ideas and things, and I should just get more creative, do whatever I want. Yeah, that probably should have gone in the mental health category, but yeah, self-explanatory. Do whatever I want. And building the channel. I'd like to educate myself more on some topics so that I can educate others. I've mentioned before that I've never really wanted anything to do with disabilities or other people with disabilities when I was growing up. And so I've avoided a lot of things, and I really only have my own experiences to draw on and issues that I've personally faced. And I'd like to change that about myself. I'd like to be more active in becoming more knowledgeable, and so that I can help educate and advocate, I guess, for some people that may struggle to do that for themselves. And yeah, the ultimate goal of this channel is to educate people, and while doing that I can educate myself. And I actually don't even know into great detail about my own disability, which, by the way, is spinal muscular atrophy type 2. I don't think I've mentioned that at all in any of the videos. So I might do a video about that too. While I'm on the topic of spinal muscular atrophy, I'd like to mention that I have come across an article and a petition. There's a drug that is available, not yet to us, in Australia. I think if you're a millionaire, you can pay for it. But it's a drug called Risdiplam, and it's an oral medication that will greatly improve people with my condition. And it's fantastic that there is something that will help. And there is a petition that can be signed that will help get this drug on the PBS. This would improve so many people's lives. There is a drug available for children under 18, but it seems that adults with my disability are not considered for it. And I'd really like if you could read this article. I'll link it up somewhere and in the description, and it will lead you to the petition as well, and we get enough signatures on that, hopefully this drug will become available to adults. That would be very helpful. So thank you very much for watching. Please, I would like it if you have any questions for me or suggestions for anything that you'd like me to talk about, topics that might interest you, please leave them in the comments, and yeah, let me know your New Year's goals and resolutions if you'd like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.